The Ravens are going to try to run the ball back. They've already blown the whistle dead. Blown the play dead. 26-13 is our score. And the Ravens will get the ball back. They've got some work to do to get back in this football game. 3:49 remaining in the third quarter. Keep it here. We'll be back here on NYSR National Youth Sports Radio.
Houston Energy Football, a premier all-women's semi-pro football team competing and representing Houston, Texas in the IWFL. Come out and support the Houston Energy as they charge for an IWFL championship. Home games played at DeMent Stadium, 1000 Keene Street in Galena Park, Texas. Tickets $15 at the gate. Check them out at HoustonEnergyFootball.com for pre-order discounts. That's HoustonEnergyFootball.com. NYSR is proud to be the new home and voice of the Houston Energy. All Houston Energy home games will be broadcast live on NYSR. National Youth Sports Radio with Kenny Long, the voice of Friday Night Tykes. Just go to nationalyouthsportsradio.com and click on the live Houston Energy link. Once again, that's nationalyouthsportsradio.com and click on the live Houston Energy link. Houston Energy Football. Go Energy!
.26-13 is our score. 3:49 remaining here in the third quarter. Ravens about to get the football back. And there's the kick. It's a squib kick up the middle. Hits a Raven player. It's still loose. And they got a drop on it. And the Ravens will retain possession at their own 40-yard line. First down.
Thanks again for joining us right here on Generation X Youth Sports Network and, of course, NYSR with Kenny Long. Of course, brought to you by Battle Youth Sports. Hey, Battle Sports definitely keeping you in the game. When you talk about the uniforms, mouthpieces, football equipment, they definitely taking you to the next level. And don't forget our friends over at U18 Sports Medicine, definitely keeping you in the game.
First down here for the Ravens. Takes the snap, hands it off. Comes here to the near side. Got a little bit of space. He spins out of the tackle, and he'll get hit just shy of the 50-yard line, about the 49, 48-yard line. They'll spot him at the 48. It's going to ring up second down. Isaiah Broadway on the carry. We haven't called his name out very much here since after the first quarter.
You're right, Kenny. And I think they're just going to go back to the basics and really get their key players back involved in the game. Look for Broadway and, of course, Glenn Rice, the general at quarterback, to really just move this team.
Takes the snap. Rice looking over at the far side. Makes the pass, and in and out of the hands of the intended receiver.
A little bit of hesitation on his part there. Threw behind the receiver. Thought he had something and looked away from him and went back to it. You know, you got to go on your first instinct on that one, Kenny. And he just hesitated. You can't do it when the game is moving this fast. And the Atlanta Ducks have now moved into a cover 2 defense where they're really anticipating the pass.
Armani Whitfield was the intended receiver for the Ravens. That's going to bring up third down. Third and about 2. Takes the snap. Has to pick it up on a bad snap. And now he'll take it. He'll get the first down and a whole lot more at the 40. 35. And he'll get taken down about the 30-yard line of the Ducks.
And that's what I'm telling you about. That's the Glenn Rice that we're used to seeing right there, Kenny, making something out of nothing. An electrifying player. Listen, that was a busted play, but he made something out of nothing. Supposed to have a handoff there, and that's how elusive Glenn Rice III is.
And a timeout called by the Atlanta Ducks. So we'll stay right here real quick. What does this do to the national rankings in this game?
Well, right now, of course, it's number 1 versus number 2, and it's a well-fought battle. And like we said, as we head into December, we'll be taking 1 through number 8. And important game here for them really to establish who's going to be the number 1 seed, number 2 or 3 seeds. And the way that ranking works out, let's say number 1 comes in and plays number 8. They're going to have an easier game, easier path to the national championship. And number 2 play number 7 and 3 will play 6 and so on. So important that these teams establish who they are in the national footprint as they head and make their path to Fort Lauderdale on the sandy beach for a national championship. And here's some cool stuff, Ken. This year, national champions will receive not only rings, but they'll also full uniforms from Battle Sports, dressed head to toe, and the coaching staffs will be fully dressed from Battle Sports as well. And everyone gets to rock that ice on their fingers, compliments of Battle Sports as well when they walk away a national champion. So it's going to be some fun stuff, fun times going on down, but really excited to really crown a national champion this year.
Whoever wins, I'm on that coaching staff.
Oh, yeah.
First down here for the Ravens. Shotgun, puts a man in motion out of the backfield, takes the snap, looking to pass. Good protection, he sends it up, it's caught at the 20. And down close to the 10-yard line. Let's see where they spot him at as he gets run out of bounds. It's like going to be about the 15-yard line where they'll spot the ball.
Very efficient pass. This is what you can expect out of Glenn Rice III. He's just sitting there scanning the defense. Very nice pass, and this is a quarterback who can throw or run. So he is a multi-talented, multi-threat quarterback.
Well, great job on that play by the offensive line. They gave him all kinds of time to look over the field. You saw him give about 2 or 3 read options there. Coming up on 2:10 remaining here in the third quarter. Shotgun. Ravens in the red zone. Takes the snap. Hands off. Comes here to the near side. He's going to get wrapped up and taken down.
And Atlanta's been tough on the run all night, Kenny. We've seen it every time. 52 in on the tackle right there for the Ducks, and not giving up much at all.
Broadway on the run that time for the Ravens. It brings up second down. Takes the snap, hands off, straight up the middle, and a good tough run coverage by the Ducks defense.
Nothing much up the interior of that Ducks defense all night. The success has been behind Glenn Rice, but you got to keep them honest, Kenny.
You do. You got to stick to what you do and try to open up that defense. Third down and 9 coming up for the Ravens. Takes the snap, looking to pass. Sends it up the middle of the football field and it goes through several hands. It's caught!
Incomplete.
No, they're going to say incomplete.
He couldn't maintain control.
Oh, my goodness.
But it looked like a miracle catch.
It looked like one of those miracle catches.
As it was tipped up in the air around 2 or 3 times, and he had an opportunity. He had hands on it. Just couldn't come up with the catch, which is going to bring up 4th and long. Very important down that they, either convert this for a first, Kenny, or come away with points, as we have 55 seconds left in the third quarter and down a couple scores.
4th and 9, shotgun. Takes the snap, looking to pass. In trouble, he's wrapped up, breaks free, still on his feet. Now he'll try to take it up the middle himself, and he's not going to get much. That's going to be a turnover on down. The ball goes back.
Absolutely, turnover at downs, but this kid makes you just say, wow. He made 4 players miss there, but that's very important that, keeping his eyes downfield. Big stop for the Atlanta Ducks elite right there. 41 seconds left in the third quarter, and they get the ball turnover on downs. How important was that stop for those guys there?
That's a big stop for the Ducks with the lead 26-13 right now. Ravens driving the ball well, looking to get them back on the scoreboard and close in this game. So now you're asking the Ravens defense to step up. They need to make another stop.
Come on, defense!
Ducks taking a long time in the huddle. Now they come out, ready to go. They come under center in a power I.
Looks like they're receiving an audible.
Takes a snap, hands off to the tailback. He'll come here to the near side, and he'll get stopped as he tries to turn the corner. That's going to bring up second down, gain of about 3 yards on the play. Clock running at 20 seconds here in the third quarter.
As we approach that fourth quarter.
Ducks come to the line. Back under center. I formation, wide out on each side. They're going left to right. Penalty flag comes in.
Looks like he's going to say offsides on the defense.
That's what it looked like he was going to signal. He's pointing down the line.
Defense.
So offsides is the call against the Ravens.
Look like he's lining up in the neutral zone, and that's the problem. So that's where he's lining up at.
So a neutral zone infraction called against the Ravens. That'll move the football. Second and 2, and that's going to end our third quarter of play. 26-13 is our score. Keep it here. We'll be back for the start of the fourth quarter.
And absolutely, before we fade out, we want to talk about how this defense has just really been bottling up the run, and we're going to show you some of these guys that's really responsible for breaking this down, Kenny. This defensive unit for the Atlanta Ducks, even though we said earlier in this game, small but very athletic, and they've been able to contain the run game. But what they haven't been able to do is really kind of solve that problem with Glenn Rice when he really wants to get free. But as so forth is against the run and from the scrambles, Glenn Rice has only had 2 really major plays that he's been able to get away from this defense. But I got to tell you, they've done an outstanding job on bottling up the Ravens' run game thus far in the game.
Oh, they certainly have, and that's been, I think, a difference in this game. It's made the Ravens a little more one-dimensional, where they came out really showing all aspects of the game to start the football game.
So, what's your game plan now? You are the Ravens coach now. You're down 2 scores. What do you do coming in here for your fourth quarter on your home field?
You've got to stop. You got to stop them first. You got to make them go 4 and out. You got to get the ball back. And then you got to put the ball in the hands of your quarterback, Rice. He's doing a fantastic job of running the offense. I think you do stick to what you're good at, running the ball, power runs. Try to, I hate to say this because we're on this speaker because they already got people looking at me. Try to suck that defense in.
Right.
With that run. Once you open up those sidelines, then you can maybe bust something to the outside or open up those passing lanes.
You're right, Kenny. You're right.
Takes the snap, and he will get the first down and a little more.
Very efficient running off tackle to the left-hand side. Moves enough to move the chains, and that's what the Atlanta Ducks have been able to do all night. Establish enough run to get those important first downs to keep that Ravens defense out on the football field. And what credit do you give this? And you look at the Ducks sideline right now, they have 3 players on the sideline when these kids come on the field. And you look over here at the Ravens here, it's a full load. Looks like a college team with about 35 kids on the squad.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll mention it when we're doing this play here. 9:23 clock running. Under center, single back set. He's got a slot back off to the far side, takes a snap, hands it off. And the Ducks now just go into a run game. I think they're just trying to burn up a lot of clock time right now. Did a high school game about 2 weeks ago. 48 players on one team, 19 on the other. The team with 19 won.
Wow.
By a large margin.
Wow.
So when you look at, you can have the largest lineup in the world, but if you ain't got the players out there, it doesn't make much of a difference. You can go with 19 and win a football game.
Right. Well, like my old coach would say, you can only put 11 on at one time.
That's it.
Well, giving credit to both of these teams, really just pushing their way around every team in the nation thus far. And it's two giants really meeting on the gridiron today.
And that should be a false start as the fullback leaned forward just before the snap.
Number 8 on that 5-yard penalty. We play second down.
And that is the call.
Well, listen, that's the 5th false start for the Atlanta Ducks. What do you think is the problem? Can we put that on the quarterback or what's going on where they are on their 5th false start of this offense?
When you have false starts, I don't think you can have any quarterback in the world in the backfield. It doesn't matter. It's all about discipline and knowing what your snap count is. So with 8:23 remaining in the game, 26-13 is our score. The Ducks with the football. Second down and about 15. They've got it at the 25-yard line, their own 25. Back in the shotgun now. Takes the snap, steps back, look at the pass. Rolls out in trouble, under pressure, and breaks free.
Oh!
Fumbles the football. It's loose.